your life on a solid foundation. Living for Christ is on a solid foundation. Christ has given us an illustration on what it's like to live on a solid foundation. We all are builders. We're all trying to build our lives. We're trying to build the community. We're trying to build our family. We're all builders, but what are we built on? And he's letting us know right here, if we are builders, we got to understand that we both are going to experience the storm. These are two houses in the same place, but had the same storm. One is still holding up, and the other has fell down immediately, right? He's letting us know the storm is going to come, but what are you built on? Are you built on that solid rock, the Word of God? And he was saying, look, those who hear the Word of God and don't do anything about it, you know better, don't do better. It's like somebody building their house on the sand, because when the storm comes, you're going to crumble. And he's saying, look, are you on a great foundation? What are you on? I see folks that lose their cool, and I'm guilty of it sometimes. Have you ever lost your cool lately? Come on now. You ever done something with someone and they let you down and you lost your cool? My question to you, what are you built on? Because you were built on somebody else doing something. You were built on believing in somebody else. Are you built on the rock, the Word of God? I had a guy this week, a guy, bless his heart, called me 2 weeks ago like I'm down and I need your help. And I gave him a job and helped him out, and he was driving for me and he was doing good. I said, just let me know. He had his own truck, lost it, whatever happened. I don't know what happened, but I know he's a good guy. Brought him in because I had another guy out because of some injuries or whatever to his baby. This guy, you ever have somebody out and they did something that they just went against you? So we had some things going on. Wednesday, supposed to pick up a load, and he didn't. He said he had to be back in court. That was fine. So Thursday, I knew he was going to be down. I had scheduled something for Friday. Now I'm still losing money. Then he didn't pick the load up. I'm like, that's not this guy. And so he called me Saturday morning and said he took another position. And I'm like, I called the brokering company. I said, well, this guy don't quit on me. And he said, all he had to do, we kept calling. When I kept calling him, let us know, I could have found me another trucking company. And I'm like, you talking about you? I could have found me another driver. I've been saying, just let me know. I done wasted 3 days because hey, the bank note and the gas truck note still, the insurance still coming out. And I'm like, I help you. You call me. You ever had somebody call you crying like a little baby? I need your help. I'm about to lose it all. And it was just so happened I had a situation where somebody was out. And I'm like, man, look at this right here. And you don't know what people want to do when they get on their feet. I'm going to say it again. Right. You don't know what people are going to do when they get on their feet. Because, oh, they come to you with some sad stories. Oh, it's like goo-goo gaga. Oh, baby. You know. And I'm like, man, I was getting upset, sad. I'm like, man, you know, I try to help people. I get tired. Who get tired of being you? Who getting tired of helping somebody else, and then they don't help themselves, and you end up with the short end of the stick? I mean, who out there are just tired of being tired? And I started thinking, as I started reading on my sermon again, I started thinking, why am I thinking and hoping on somebody else to do the right thing? When I know living for Christ, and I got more wins in my life than losses. Right. And sometimes we get in the pity part, we'll focus on what didn't happen. This one right here, this truck sitting down, the rest of them rolling. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody done something over here to this situation, but you so blessed in all these other situations. And what I'm saying, when I get my eyes on Jesus, my problem gets a little better. Yeah. And I'm just glad I got another day with Start Fresh Money. Yeah. But man, people will let you down. But what rock are you built on? And that would help you get, both of them had the same situation. The storm came, but this is what happened. This is what, both of them, it said they looked the same until the storm came. The storms are the test of life. They're going to come. My mom used to always tell me, always labor when you get your money. I was a young kid, put 10% in tithe and 10% in savings. And I noticed my mom never was broke. And I mean by broke, whenever a situation or a tire go out or something go out, she don't go to MasterCard, she go to her savings account. And I'm like, man, and I seen other people who make 5 times more than her was in situations and I'm like, man, what is it about my mom that she never was broke? And I'm saying she didn't have no high income. I know she made under $30,000, but she always had $1 in her pocket. She saved. She's saved. So when them storms came, she had something to pull from. And I'm like, wow, that's the difference. She always told me, save for a rainy day. She said, I'm not trying to be negative, son, but it's going to rain. And so sometimes when people come to you like, well, hey, this happened in my life and I need your help. This happened in my life and see, this is what happened was, you know, my car tore up and then, you know, they went up at daycare and this right, and they go all them scenarios. And you got all these different scenarios too. Right. And what it's saying is, it's not the world and what's happening. It's that your foundation is built on the wrong thing. If you notice the people right here, one of them, the guy, he digged deep. And he digged until he found a solid foundation. They called it, and some guy called the foundation the bedrock. When they get to that hard surface, and they had to be hard enough and sturdy enough to support the building. They have all these skyscrapers, and they dig deep. They dig deep to get down to have enough rock foundation to support the building. And so what I'm saying right here, the other one is the mind set up, it was just on surface. They just started building. Both houses have walls. Both houses have a floor. Both of them have a rooftop, but you cannot see beneath the surface. And what I'm saying in life, sometimes we get in situations we don't look beneath the surface a little more. And sometimes look at the mistakes we made, we got to look at it. We look at the foundation. So now's the time in my life or your life when things don't go right, did you dig deep enough? What is a solid foundation? Because if it's not a solid foundation, it's just only a matter of time. It's just waiting for a storm to happen before it falls down. Is there anybody out here ready to make some better decisions? To start building on good foundation? There are some folks out there that won't help themselves, and you keep helping them, they end up in the same position. That's saying. Don't build on saying. Sometimes you have to just pray for them. You have to just pray for them and just wish them best. Build on a solid foundation. If you build on a solid foundation, you follow the word of God. So next time somebody asks you to borrow something, say, you know what? The Lord said. That's not the solid foundation. So the builder digs deep. That's my first one. He digs deeper. He says, building a house. When he said building a house, he dug where? Deep. 1 Timothy says, 6:19 says, treasuring up for themselves a firm what? For the who? Future. So that what? It says, so that they may take hold of that which is what? Truly what? Life. You got to have a foundation for the future. Things are going to come. You have to put up your treasure, put up some things for the future, because it's just only a matter of time. That was story of this young man. He saw a very attractive lady, and he had some of the best words that a man can have. And he was talking all that, and he wasn't doing well. And but he told her, hey, look, let me tell you something. I know you're 10 and I'm 4, but I'm here for you. And he said, let me tell you something. My father is very, very sick. He's terminally ill. And he's going to pass in the next 6 months. But he's rich. And I'm the one who's going to inherit everything. And we can have a future together. 3 months later, she married the father. What I'm saying to you now, he was on a wrong foundation. He tried to take credit for somebody else who said. Get your own what? Own foundation. Because when the wind blows over there, Alfonso, it's not going to help me. I got to have my own. When the wind comes, you never know what people have on their mind. You have your own strong foundation. Look at this right here when the storm came. There was only one house left because it was built on what? It was built on a rock. It was built on a rock. What are you built on? The person who is on a rock, he had to dig deep. That means there had to be some work. Say work. You know, there's a lot of folks want a job, but they don't want to work. There was some sweat. There was some tears. There was some digging. He was getting tired. Before we get in any situation, we got to do some work. The old folks say when you get into a relationship, baby, take your time. I heard my cousin like, Grandma, I met him. He's so fine. And he got a degree, and he got this, and he's going to be successful. His family successful? She said, baby, take your time. Grandma, you just don't understand. You don't want me happy. 3 months later, Grandma, he choked me out. She saw the surface. You have to look beneath. How many people need to look beneath the surface a little more? Come on now. You keep in your same. Come on now. Get yourself in the same situation over and over again. It's not the plan you got. It's not you sometimes. It's what you built on. I was going to Jackson and I stopped by KFC and I was trying to work on my cholesterol. So I go by KFC every day. I went by there. Man, the great area of traffic, all the rest of the field, but this one has pretty much closed down. They hired this guy who's a manager, and he was just rude to the customers, just on and on. Now, KFC had been successful years and years and years. They built this great location in Jackson. It's just supposed to work because KFC got finger licking good chicken, they got everything. Come back, it was shut down. They ended up bringing someone else. They brought a lady in. And she was nice to the employees. She had customer service. When it opened up 2 months later, it was packed out. It wasn't the plan that KFC had. They had the right plan, but the wrong man. And a whole lot of times in our lives, we be having ourselves together and we hook up for they just want to do right. No, they ain't done right last year, the year before, and the year before. We are not Jesus. We cannot save everybody. Sometime in life, you got to understand when I'm wasting my time. And everybody got that saying moment in our life. There's some things up and up. When we we ain't too sturdy on some things. And we just got to understand our weaknesses and all the different things, but we have to build on a solid foundation. We try to make people out of something they're not. There's some folks out there who are great at certain things. We put them in the wrong position. Now you're good at on saying. Meet somebody, if you're a single lady and want him to be Casanova. He ain't Casanova. He Ray Ray. Ray don't know all that shit, you. Don't do that. If he gonna work hard and treat you right, that's what you build your hope on Christ and understand what you got. Come on now, you gotta understand what you got. You try to change folks and hope they change, and guess what? You build on the wrong foundation. Build on the word of God. How many people need to start building on the right stuff? Come on now. Come on now. Right plan, the wrong woman. Right plan, just different people in our life. We gotta understand, what am I building on? Why am I asking this person to be this? Why am I asking myself to be that? Some guy told me, man, we need to get together and get this cleaning business. And I started thinking, I don't even clean my house. Come on now, I'm junking. I'm gonna go to somebody's house and try to get there. Come on now. But I bring folks in there. They're not junking. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand where you are in real situations. Stop getting disgusted. They build deeper. He understands that the storms are coming. When I leave the house every morning, I just pray, God help me today. Because I know it's going to come. I know certain people I got to pray for. I ain't seen them. You ever see some folks out here they go? Here they go. But you have to pray. Look at this right here. He talked about the wise man, what he built on, what the foolish man built on sand. My question to you today, are you laying a foundation? Or are you just jumping into stuff? Come on now. Are you laying a foundation, or are you just continually to jumping into stuff? You continue to jump into stuff, it's going to lead to downfalls in your life. Build your life on a solid foundation. That's the word of God. You link up with folks who have a solid foundation. God created the world. He said, let there be light, there was light. He created light, he created the earth, he created all those things without pre-existing material. My point is, they got to have something to work with. If you said you baked the cake, you didn't bake no cake. What you did, you took some flour, some baking soda, and everything else and put it together. You had some pre-existing material. He said, let there be light. He created the earth. So God can only make something out of nothing. You know, nothing out of something. So if somebody don't have a solid foundation, you cannot do anything for them. So you got to understand when you're dealing with sand and you're dealing with the rock. That would help you understand what to build on. Man, the builder digs deeper. Builder's like on a solid foundation. If you don't, this is what's going to happen. Whenever the storm comes, and they're going to come, you're going to fall. You're going to fall. You know, sometimes people act like there's somebody or not. Come on now, you don't know stuff like that. Come on. I go to the gym sometime. This is a guy I think they tough in their fun though. And it was he was like doing some curls about 400 pounds. You know, just then he the guy started kissing himself and you know, some narcissistic people like that. And the guy big guy in the gym. And then when he gets some heavy weights on the bench press, he always screaming, let everybody see him, and he'd give him so kissing his biceps. And it's just a show. I mean, it's a 2-hour show. I don't know, I put about 45 minutes to get out. So one day, some ladies over there, some girl he kept trying to talk to, and he was just, hey, how you doing? Being all nice to her, whatever. And she was like, oh, it's a ladybug or whatever. And so he walked over there and tried to get the ladybug out the way, tried to pick up a towel and hit it. And the ladybug jumped on his leg. And he started screaming like a little girl, like, ah, help me! He's like, help me, help me. So, hey, look, if he's frightened about bugs, right? He wasn't there trying to be tough and he wasn't built on nothing, right? Come on now. Be who you are, stop trying to fool people. Now, I was walking down the hall last year, this girl, and her name was Angel. I saw her, they're like, Angel, don't worry about that, girl. Don't worry about that. She's like, I'm trying to get my education. I'm not getting no trouble. So the girl walked behind. I didn't know what the girl's name was. She was calling her, you better walk, you know, blank, blank, blank. You better walk. Angel's like, I ain't worried about this. And she said, your mom. Angel, stop. Angel turned around and started taking her earrings out. Angel took her shoes off, right? The other girl like, we ain't got to fight. Everybody had to hold Angel from there. You know what I'm saying? The other girl took off running. Look, you ain't built up nothing. Be who you are, y'all. She was trying to put on a show. Angel wasn't out there. Angel was trying to keep her cool. But that angel came out. But build on a solid foundation. That's what are you laying? Are you laying a foundation for your life? Are you laying a foundation? Point number 2. Build a fine foundation. It says lay the foundation on a what? Rock. Where at? On a rock. That means he had to get deep. Get to 1 Corinthians 3:11 says, for no one can lay a foundation other than which is laid, which is what? Jesus. Man, it takes work. Christ said it's going to take work, but you got to build the right foundation when life comes. I had a gentleman who, a good friend of mine, when I first got in the ministry, he came on my house, and he was the #1 guy. Showed me how to do a sermon breakdown, and gave me his point of view on it. He said, let me tell you what I can do, man. I can take the same sermon, just change the name on it for next month, and they never knew it. And see, next month I do the same thing. So something I just change the name on it, change some words on it. He said, man, they'll never know. That was 4 years ago. Last year he got fired. And he was upset. He said, why y'all fired me? They said, you preaching the same sermon. He didn't want to work. He wanted the position of a preacher. He wanted to bring a message, but every other week he wanted to change some words on something and think folks didn't catch on. There is no easy way of doing anything. Right. There's no shortcuts. If you want something, you got to find out what you truly love because you got to weather the storm. Roll your sleeves up and you got to go to work. If something's not for you, it's not for you. It's going to be a burden to you if it's not your passion. It's going to be a blessing if it's something inside. I think Colossians 2:7 said, let your roots grow where? Down in him, and let your lives be built where? Built on him, right? And it says what? It says, then your faith will grow strong in the truth. You were what? And you will overflow with what? He's saying, look, be doers of the word. Let's just don't be talking about the word. I see folks at work all day talking about work, not working. Come on, you hear folks talking about what they gonna do, they never done that. Come on now. He's saying, look, you have to lay a solid foundation. It takes work, it takes time, it takes energy, it takes whatever it takes for you to do what you need to do. Lay a solid foundation. That's what he said right here, the characteristics of a foolish builder. Look at this. They don't take their time. They don't make the effort. That takes too much effort to be digging. Before you take a job, find out about that job industry. Find out how they treat their employees. Find out how do they feel about holidays and family time. Find out about that now. It's important. They take shortcuts. I know folks, I don't even link up with them sometimes. Everything they want to do, they're trying to scheme and scam. They got some little quick way of doing something. They take shortcuts. Here's some other characteristics. And then shortcuts leaves out ingredients, right? If you try to cook a cake quick, one time I tried to cook some cookies and left the baking soda out. Them things were so flat and hard. Try to do stuff quick. Trying to microwave a roast. Come on now, you know folks like that. They want to do some gumbo, they want to microwave everything. Some stuff take time. I used to come in from school, mama had that crock pot going, and you walk in the house, you smell that roast, and she had the oven over there with the red beans in it. And there's not no red beans in the can. Come on now. And she had that seasoning in it. I mean, you can taste the moisture, and it gets down inside. Come on now. When you do it quick, you leave stuff out. You leave stuff out. They have a show and tell mentality. Both houses are here. Both houses had a storm, but there was nothing under the surface for one. I'm going to give you another example. They have Facebook pages. You see their life. Their life's so wonderful. They travel. Oh, they in love with each other. I had a couple that just so in love on Facebook. And my wife said, that's how couples should be. And we hung out with them. They would cuss each other out. Get irritated with each other. But on Facebook, the most magnificent life ever. Come on now, you ever see some life? Like, come on now. Everything they do, they got put on Facebook. It's all a show. It's all a show. If they gonna drive the nicest dish, ain't nothing wrong with driving a nice car, but don't drive that nice car and still be living with mama now. Come on now. Right. Don't drive that nice car and you don't have no gas to put in it, right? I don't know that song by Hood Rich, but you got a new E-Class and no gas, right? Ain't got no job, I still stay sharp, right? Can't pay my rent because my money's spent, right? OJ know that song. But some people live that life. They live the fancy life, but there's nothing beneath the surface. $600 purse, they don't have $6 in it. And there's nothing wrong with having these things, but once you put something in savings, once you pay your, you understand what I'm saying? And so many people with this mentality, they want people to see what they have. You have to put something beneath the surface. That's the only way it's going to withstand when the storm comes. It's all about the foundation. It's all about what you're building on. I try to help people that didn't help themselves. I brought folks in like, man, this job's so easy, it's common sense. Sense ain't coming. Sense ain't coming. And then they over there working, and while they working, you look at them, looking at you to see if you see them. You over here doing your work, they over there watching you to see if you watching them. Come on now. And I'm like, man, it's all show. It's not doing nothing on that laptop they're supposed to be doing. It's all show. Man, they have the blame game. They blame everything about every other situation, but it's really the foundation. Keep having a bad relationship, why you keep investing in the same kind of people? Oh, that hurt. Keep going into business ventures and you keep failing at it. What you investing in? Do you truly love? I hear folks all the time, I want to go in this way and make money. No, do you love it? Do you love it? You can weather the storm, because if you love it, you won't make it. You line up with Jesus, with his word, you treat folks right, you do right, whatever you're doing, the light is going to shine on you over a period of time. It's about the foundation. It is all about the foundation. Build your life on a solid foundation. And number 3, builders survive. The story says when the flood did what? The stream broke against the what? And could not shake it because it was built and it was well built, right? This is what happened. Now he says who? It said who built, and it said the other one, who built a house on the ground without a foundation on sand when the stream broke against it, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of the house was great. And so as you leave here today, what is your foundation built on? What is it built on? What are you going to do with this message today? Are you going to go out there and still try to build? And try to build on the wrong foundation? I'm saying today, how many people look at their foundation? In all areas of your life, look at the foundation that you're investing in. At a job, making good money, but you walk in, when you clock in, or whatever you do, you look up and say, I got 7 hours and 45 seconds left. I got 7 hours and 30 seconds left. Come on now, I got 6 hours and 25. If you're watching the clock, that might not be for you. Her mama said time flies when you're having fun. What are you investing in? It just might not be a good fit for you. What are you going to do with this message when you link up with people, friends? When you leave them, you disgusted, busted, energy drained, and they just don't have the mindset that you have about, hey, I want to do what's right in life. I want to go a different avenue. That might not be a good foundation for you. My mom said you hang around a dog, you get what? Some fleas. You need to have some flea control. What are you building your foundation on? Build a solid foundation.
We hope you enjoyed the message today. It is now time for Tithes and Offering. There are 3 ways to give. You can use our Cash App at the bottom of the screen. You can also text, and it's at the bottom of the screen. Or if you would like, we have a Dropbox here at the church where you can drop off your giving. Now, if something was said today that moved you and you want to give your life to Christ, we would like for you to call us at 601-408-7156. We want to talk to you about your decision today.